You created the trauma in your life. Yes, you did. To heal it. But you didn't realize that. Because every soul has its particular path to walk. Because trauma comes in as words. Sometimes it's just one set of words that set you on a path. Sometimes it's repeated words, like you'll never be good enough. You know, you're just too stupid. Just stay in a corner, I don't want to hear you, that sort of stuff. Or like in my case, you're costing me too much money. Because the problem is with trauma, children have no words to express what they feel. That is the problem. It could also be events. One cataclysmic event or repeated events. When trauma happens in your life, it marks you. You come up with one thing: I'm not loved, whether it's in words. That trauma goes into your ears. It hits your heart like a sledgehammer. Then it spreads out into your energy field, and you start projecting this feeling of not being loved. I am not good enough. And your brain wasn't developed. What then happens is you project this thing out constantly. I'm going to use me as a perfect example. When that woman, the giant in my life, she told me at 3 years old that you're costing me too much money, that destroyed my world. You know what happened? I learned to hate money because money took mommy's love away from me. That's what the child thought. And also, when I was 3, she went to visit some family in the country. I was anally raped by one of those family members. No one came to save me, so I learned to grow up feeling unsupported. While she was laughing outside the halfway open door. It wasn't her fault. She just did not know how to care for herself at 20, and she certainly didn't know how to care for a child. So this child never received any love at all. No love, no care, resentful, hating men, and hating my mother. Nothing I did was ever right, and she was a perfectionist. That created self-sabotage in the worst way. Always putting myself down, never feeling that I was home, never feeling that I was enough. Because that is what I learned. Those words, those cataclysmic words, destroyed that child's life. And I had to work through that self-sabotage, the binge eating. I had to do that work in order to bring myself back onto an even keel. I had to tell that child and show that child how much she was loved. I had to face all of those feelings of hurt, resentment. I had to face that. I had to embrace that child. I had to tell that child, I love you, I love you. There's no one more precious in the world than you. What happens with all of those things is, and here's the kicker, hate. And you're living it today as an adult. Everything that happened to you as a child, you created. This is how I do it. This is the way I am. I don't like men, men are dogs. That's just the way it is because that's been my experience. You call that experience to you. Every painful act, every piece of trauma, no matter how you shaped it, you're a perfectionist. What is here too, when it is the female, the mother, or whoever it is in your life that abused you, you learn to distrust women as well. You do not feel close to women. You shut down your heart. You shut down your intuition. You shut down your inner wisdom. And you create a wall, a heart wall, to keep everybody else out. I had to discover that, work through that, and come back to myself, to love myself, to care for myself, to end self-sabotage, to stop binge eating. Love, self-respect, knowing that I am home in my heart. Self-validation, I don't need anyone to approve of me. I am comfortable with my anger. And I could carry on and go in a rant and whatever it is. And that doesn't change who I am. Beautiful soul, because you created the trauma in order to work through it and release the burden, it's time. It is time that you face up to this fact, because no one did anything to you. You did it all to yourself in order to heal and create good karma. I use my Path to the Power Within program to do that. Find someone to help you. Talk to somebody. Share what is in your heart. You are now an adult. You are now acting like the child that you were, because the pattern was already set. And because that is the case, you think that's who you are. That is not who you are. It is time to take charge and accept that, okay, this is where I am. Let me find the tools. Let me find somebody to talk to get this stuff out and start self-healing. Namaste. Ciao.